I bought a 3D printer and made my very own 3D printed kitchen gadgets. From this electric hand whisk to this magnetic mixer, we're gonna be testing them all. And to keep things interesting, we're gonna be comparing them to similar products off Amazon to see if mine work better. Starting off with this hand crank egg beater. This is actually one of the coolest 3D printed products that we're testing. We have all the gears, we have a handle, we have the whisk. All of this is 100% 3D printed. It runs smooth, like look at that. Butter. I'm so excited to test all these products, but this one seems fun. Let's see if it actually works. If it doesn't, that's gonna be really a letdown because this is such a beautiful designed product. Into my eggs I go. Here we go. Okay. There's a couple of design problems. The handle is just too big. I keep hitting my hand on the bowl. And if you have the whisk touch the bottom, you gotta find that right balance. And let's see if Amazon's better than this. The Amazon one looks like we're in the future because you just use one hand and my other hand is free. But that doesn't matter. Does it actually beat my eggs? Let's see. It's not beating my eggs. All right, let me pop the yolks. It's taking forever. Okay, listen, this one isn't also perfect. Because you only have one whisk, it takes a lot longer to whisk it. Where the 3D printed one, you have two of them. It's a close call, but I'm gonna go with the Amazon one just because it's convenient with one hand. You got your other hand. Let's see if the next product is better than this one. Okay, on our next 3D printed kitchen gadgets, we're gonna be testing the citrus juicer. This thing is pretty awesome. This is one of the better prints for sure. And the best part about this citrus juicer from the 3D printer, you screw it onto a water bottle. Now when you juice your lemon, lime, orange, it just goes straight into the bottle. And I actually haven't seen this type of design on Amazon, so this is kind of unique. Okay, one design problem for sure. The seeds are falling in, but this juicer works perfectly. I mean, look at this lemon. It's completely juiced. Oranges are bigger, a little tougher to juice, so let's see if the 3D printer can handle this. And the nice thing about this is it goes into a bottle. So if you're trying to make orange juice on the go, this thing is perfect. It juiced the entire orange. Bon appetit. Oh, that is sour. All right, now let's test the Amazon citrus juicer. It comes with a little bowl on the bottom where the citrus will come through, and you gotta put the juicer on top of that. So you gotta have two different devices. You gotta clean two different things. They all can't be perfect like our 3D printer. This citrus juicer does come with slits here, so you know you're not gonna get any seeds. Not bad, not bad. Could be better. The one thing is because this is bigger, I have to do this in sections. Our 3D printed one is pretty small, so I can just wrap my whole hand around it and do this. It's a little tougher to do it with the Amazon one. Yeah, there's a ton of juice in here, but you gotta clean two different pieces. Where this one just goes into a water bottle, you drink it, you recycle the water bottle. For this one, I'm gonna give it to the 3D printer. I think this one is way more convenient. This thing is a pretty smart design. So a lot of people might not know how to cut with a knife and might chop their finger off. Well, we have a product for that. Basically, this thing comes with 3 holes where your fingers just slip in and you just put your hand down on the vegetable and you could cut and you will never chop your fingers off. So I'm gonna try to go really thin here. Oh, I'm not worried about my fingers getting cut at all. That is sick. I was very skeptical about this. You know what I also love about this product is when you cut it and sometimes the vegetables get stuck to the knife, you can just wipe it off. The celery stick is a little bit bigger and this thing covers it. The one flaw about this finger guard is every time you want to grab something, the guard kind of gets in the way. You have to like take it off, grab what you want, put it away. That's the only flaw that I see with this. You can grab it, but it's not perfect. I don't have it on all my fingers. It's not that great. Let's go ahead and test out the Amazon finger guard. These things don't feel very safe. It feels like fabricy, it's stretchy. I don't know how this is gonna stop a knife from cutting your fingers. Oh my God. I feel like...
Wait. Are you really gonna do this?
Yeah. No, we're gonna have to test this. I might cut off my finger. Now I'm gonna run this knife on my fingers and see if it cuts it. And if this thing cuts my finger, Amazon, okay, here we go. Oh, oh, whoa. This thing is protecting my fingers. Well, let's say I don't know how to cut. See, it doesn't do anything. Oh. But here is the one problem. So if you're chopping really fast and you come down on your finger hard, you feel the pressure. It's gonna hurt your finger. And the other thing is, doesn't even say that it's machine washable. There's just way more convenient things about the 3D printer. So I'm gonna give this one to the 3D printer. Let's move on to our next gadget. For our next kitchen item, we're gonna be testing this 3D printed egg cracker. This thing was a complex print. Let me tell you something, there's a lot of moving parts here. We have the egg pusher, the egg cracker, and you have all the screws. I mean, look how cool this thing is. This whole thing moves and is 3D printed. I'm gonna go ahead and place my egg into the slot right here. Ooh, that's a little bit of a tight fit. Our egg is in the egg cracker. Moment of truth. Let's see if this works. All I have to do is just squeeze these two handles together. Here we go. That worked. That's so sick. Let's do another one. That is so fun to do. Oh, that thing is sick. I want to keep doing this. This is actually super fun to do. Listen, all of these come with a flaw. And the flaw with this one is the egg's gotta be relatively small. Let's try out the Amazon version of this product. The Amazon version, right off the bat, this is definitely more compact. You pop it open, you place your egg in it, and then you just use these two prongs that they built in to crack it and split it open. I gotta say though, not that convenient, I gotta say, because I have to use both hands. I don't like that. And for that, I'm gonna give it to the 3D printer one, and let's move on to our next product. Why are Pringles so good? For our next kitchen gadget, we're gonna be testing this Pringles Tray. So you know, whenever you get down to like your last chips, your hands are going in there and you're trying to grab it and you're flipping the Pringles bottle, crumbs are falling everywhere, it's a mess. Apparently this thing solves that problem. I guess you just slip this in while the chips are in there. That is pretty sick. And all you do, oh, look at that. No crumbs, nothing. Oh, there is some leftover chips in here. The whole thing didn't fit, but hey, I'm eating the bottom half of this Pringles thing. So I can't believe that worked. Let's go ahead and test out the Amazon one. Oh, there is no Amazon one, and I've looked all over the internet. The Pringles Tray doesn't exist anywhere on the internet. It's just a 3D printed thing, and I think that's pretty dope, and this is one of my favorite products so far. Let's move on to our next gadget. For our next kitchen gadget, we have a mini handheld mixer that is actually electric. Yes, this is our first 3D printed electric item. We have a few more to test, but this one is super, super dope. It's not perfect. There's things sticking out, there's glue everywhere, but hey, listen, this was printed. We're just gonna have to go ahead and plug our hand whisk in. Oh my God. Okay, kind of like splattering everywhere, but it's working. It does move faster than I want it to move, and if you were trying to mix a cake batter with this, it might not work. Let's go ahead and test out the Amazon version. Here is the Amazon version of the hand mix. This thing looks definitely neater than ours. Also, it's a rechargeable battery. You just have to plug it in and charge this thing. Also, it has a nice little button on the side here. Okay, it has 2 different speeds. Okay, it has 3 different speeds. Kind of better than ours, a little bit already. I do gotta say, it is a bit wobbly. I'm just trying to find any imperfection I can because that thing is cooler, all right? I printed it. This is like, having it at a slower speed is better. It's almost like the perfect speed. All 3 speeds were like perfect. It's like well regulated. You don't have to plug it in. You can just charge this thing. This thing you gotta plug it in. Even though I like this better and it was a lot of fun making this, Amazon takes this one, but I'm taking this one with me. Our next 3D printed kitchen gadget is a fruit and vegetable strainer, but this one's a little different from the ones I've seen. This one comes with two parts. One of it is where your vegetables, fruits go into, and then the other part is where the water kind of falls down to. I have some blueberries here, one of my favorite fruits. I got some raspberries, and I got some tomatoes here. Pour it all the way up, there you go. Okay, we already saw our first flaw. Water comes off the sides. So you gotta be careful with how much water you think, oh my God, this is gonna spill. Go ahead and pour the water down the drain and the fruit won't fall. Okay, that's pretty cool. And most people are gonna run this under the sink, so the spillage, I'm gonna let that pass. Let's go ahead and see if Amazon's any better. Right off the bat, you could tell, it comes with a handle. It's pretty nice. The top part has this twist knob where you can open to drain the water out and close it, kind of mix it around. But listen, we have like a hinge here, uses some physics. This is like, you know, I'm being biased here. You're supposed to use the lid to move your fruit and vegetables around so you can wash them. But as you're moving them around, it's spilling everywhere. And even though it's gonna go down the sink, I want this to be airtight. One other flaw about this is you gotta take the lid off, pour the water out, and then put new water in. Because you can't wash your fruit and vegetables with just one cycle of water. You need at least two. With this, you have an open top where you could just run water, wash it, pour it out, and move on with your life. So I say the 3D printer wins on this one. Our next kitchen gadget is this pot strainer. This thing is actually cute. It's a koala bear. This thing apparently sits on top of your pot and you just pour out the water and it holds back anything you want it to hold back. So let's see if it actually works. We're gonna put this onto our pot carefully. Oh, our koala's nose has latched on to our pot. Ow, this is very hot. Pour out the water and it should hold back my pasta. Here we go. Oh no! Oh no, our koala. That didn't work. I had high hopes for this. Well, let's see if Amazon beats this. For the Amazon pot strainer, it's definitely less cute. It's like here for business. Let's figure this out together. I guess I go like that. Oh, there you go. It's pretty simple. I think this is how it works. This is how it works? How is this supposed to sit? Okay, I have no idea how this works. I guess it sits like that, and then you're supposed to, I don't know what this stick is for. What is this for? Okay, let's see if this works. Here I go. Oh no, pasta fell out. Oh my goodness. Dump. I'm sorry. This thing's trash. Pasta fell out. It's hard to work with. It's our first product that we gotta say this to, but both these products are fails. Let's move on to the next one. This chicken shredder. I've seen this all over TikTok and social media. Yeah, you could buy the device, but why not 3D print it? This thing looks absolutely sick. I just wonder if this is gonna work because it is smaller than the ones I've seen. There's no handle. You have to like twist it with your hand. So I got some freshly boiled chicken here. It should be able to do at least two. Oh, my fingers hurt. Definitely not that easy. And some of the chicken is like touching my finger as I'm doing this. Let's go ahead and pour this into a bowl. See, some of these are still intact. Some of these are whole pieces. It could be better. Let's see if Amazon's version is better than this. Here is the Amazon version of the chicken shredder, and this thing is already a little bit better because it has handles on top of it. And the top is fully covered. This thing looks pretty nice. 2 chickens into my shredder. And guess what? I don't have to hold this thing because it has grip on the bottom. You just have to twist it. Oh my goodness, this thing is awesome. Open this up. Yeah, you got some big pieces here and there, like the middle piece doesn't have that great of a spike, so the middle piece isn't shredded, but you can move that around. 3D printer could use a little bit more design to it to make it better, but for now, Amazon takes this one. Our next 3D printed kitchen gadget is this automatic fruit and veggie spinner. Apparently, you just pour water down this spout. It's gonna spin your fruits and veggies until they're fully washed. I'm gonna load it up with just a few of my favorite berries. Now, let's go to the sink, pour some water, and see if this thing actually spins. So we just gotta turn on our water at our sink and let it fill up. Okay, it might need a little more pressure. It's definitely not spinning automatically. Okay, let's take out the tomatoes. Oh, there you go. It was the tomatoes. Oh, it got stuck. All right, let's take out the raspberries because they're very, oh, there you go. There you go. That's kind of sick though. You could also make this a lot bigger to add more fruits and veggies to it, but for this size, not that much you can do with it. Here's the Amazon one. Everybody's seen this before. It's a fruit vegetable spinner. Throw in your entire load of anything you want in here. And once you fill it with some water, bring it back, put the top on. All you have to simply do is just press this down. And you got clean vegetables and fruits. And the best part, bring it back. And now what you're doing is you're completely drying off your fruits and vegetables. And now you got dry fruits and vegetables. Who am I kidding? Amazon one, but this is still pretty cool. Let's move on to our next gadget. For our next 3D printed kitchen gadget is this no spill mug holder. And this is one of the well-designed products on our list. This thing is basically a coaster. You put your mug on top and you got a coaster. Now let's say you want to walk with this, but you don't want to spill it anywhere. Well, this thing is designed in a way where you could unlatch the bottom like so, lift it up, and now you got a handle, and all you have to do is carry this thing. And now you don't spill. So you could, you know, older people who don't have stronger hands could now walk around with this and not spill it anywhere, and it actually works. Oh, what's that, Jerry? You got the paperwork done? Oh, that's good. Put it on my desk. I'll check it later. Let me enjoy my coffee, Jerry. The genius about this design is there are magnets in the back, so whenever you wrap it up, it kind of just all clicks into place and holds. And all the hinges are 3D printed, by the way. Everything is 3D printed. I didn't have to assemble anything. Such a well-designed product here. And you guys could actually get this product right now for just 1 penny. Yeah, you heard me right. You could get some of these 3D printed kitchen gadgets that we're using in this video for just 1 penny. We've only printed one of these kitchen gadgets, so inventory is limited, and you could snag these on our website, which I will reveal at the end. But this is all thanks to Odoo, the sponsor of today's video. For someone that knows nothing about building a website or coding anything, Odoo simplifies the entire process. It's like a one-stop shop for everything you need. Other services mainly focus on either just e-commerce or just building a website. Odoo does everything. And the best part is, like, if you want some sort of like feature on your website, Odoo has that. Like, they have different apps to handle anything you need. And the best part about their website that I love the most is the drag and drop feature. It's like, there are things you want to add to your website, you could drag and drop it. Or they have like an AI feature where you type something out and it kind of fills in for you what you need. It's honestly one of the greatest tools, and I wouldn't be here talking about it if I didn't truly believe in this tool. So we've been using Odoo to create the landing page for the 1-cent sale of the 3D kitchen gadgets, and it's the easiest thing I've ever done. Once you start the process, you answer a few questions, you pick what colors you like, what kind of theme you want, and boom, it makes you a website right there on the spot. I mean, they're doing something right. They have 12 million worldwide users. And right now, Odoo's offering you guys 1 free application for the rest of your life. That is an insane offer, seriously. And that's not even the best part. They're offering 1 free custom domain for the first year. Now, if you want some of these kitchen gadgets, go to patrick.odoo.com and you'll see a bunch of the gadgets we're using in this video for 1 penny. And you can scroll down to the bottom of the page and click that link on the bottom to check out Odoo and see the genius behind it. And keep in mind, there's limited edition of these 3D printed gadgets, so you gotta snag them quick because it's first come, first serve. Now let's get back to testing more of these 3D printed gadgets. Here is the Amazon version of the no spill mug holder, and this is called Spill Not. Lame name, I gotta say. Right off the bat, the handle you can't move. Can you just imagine storing this thing? Like, this thing's bulky, it's high, whatever. Let's see if the product actually works. So I'm gonna put my mug here, and we're gonna be off to the races. See ya. Yeah, that's sick. I really love these, but I gotta say, for sure the 3D printer one won this one because it's collapsible. Let's move on to our next kitchen gadget. This thing is awesome. It's a magnetic stir. All you do apparently is you put this magnetic piece into your cup, you put your cup on top of this thing, and you turn it on and it starts spinning, creates a vortex, and you get to stir anything you want. I got Kool-Aid here, but you could do protein powder, coffee. We got some electrical parts in here making some magic happen. Let's go ahead and turn this on. Oh, that's full speed. That's full speed. So at full speed, it should be making a vortex. I see it happening. Oh, that is so cool. I can't believe this worked, and it's a 3D printed machine, dude. Let's go ahead and pour in some Kool-Aid and see how well it mixes. Oh, dude, it just took it on. Now you can walk away, let this thing fully mix, come back to a fully mixed drink. I mean, this is sick. This is so awesome. I was doubting it. I didn't expect this. This is just like awesome. Now let's see if the Amazon version is better than this. Here is the Amazon version of the magnetic stir, and you could just tell it's a lot more neater, it's a lot more smaller, it's compact. You pop that into your drink. This thing comes with a crosshair on the bottom so you can get it perfectly in the center. Smart design there. We're gonna go ahead and turn this on and see if we get a vortex. Okay, I'm gonna go full speed here. Wow, their vortex is way sicker. That's a crazy one. I can see straight down. Let's go ahead and put in our Kool-Aid and see how quick it mixes. Dude, it's like magic. That's crazy. Whenever we started making these 3D products and putting all these electric pieces together, I started appreciating products a little bit more because of how well designed they are. We were just trying to put something together and let it work. Who are we kidding, man? Amazon one, it's a lot neater, it's a lot cleaner. Let's go ahead and move on to our next product. Our next kitchen gadget is this 3D printed cheese grater. Yeah, you heard me right, cheese grater. Will it work? I don't know. I mean, how sharp is this? This is just 3D printed here. Take off the top here. This is to help us push the cheese down. We can go ahead, put our cheese into the cheese grater. Put this up on top. I'll hold it like this. This is kind of difficult. This is kind of weird. And then let's see if this works. Okay, maybe it needs more pressure. This thing is so awkward to hold. I mean, I'm really putting a lot of pressure here. Not the best. My handle's completely fallen off. Oh man, what a tragedy. Let's go ahead and test the Amazon one and see if it's better than the 3D printed one. This thing looks like a beast. I mean, I don't have to hold it, the handle in the back, and the grater is made out of metal, which kind of makes sense. Let's see if this even works. Okay. Okay, it's grating, and it's grating fast. Look at that. I just did my whole stack right there. Yeah, we all know who won on this one. Amazon takes it. Let's move on to our next gadget. Our next 3D printed kitchen gadget is this sifter, and it's pretty awesome how it works. It has a little fan on the bottom, and as I turn this handle, it moves so it can agitate the flour or the powdered sugar to let it go through the sifter, and we get nice, fluffy powder. Okay, the opening to put this powdered sugar in is not the biggest. I wish it was a little bigger, but whatever. Let's see if this thing works. Here I go. Yeah, baby, it's snowing. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's coming out weird now. Oh no, the handle. If you just shake it and tap it, it comes out. Oh, what a disappointment. Let's see if flour is any better. All right, I'm gonna take a good amount of flour. Oh, flour works a little better. You know what I noticed? One thing, it uses the pressure to kind of push down on the others. So I'm gonna load this up about halfway. Here we go. Oh, what happened here? This thing completely broke. Definitely didn't work. Let's see if Amazon's better than this. In front of me is the Sifter from Amazon, and this thing looks a little more promising. It has a handle right here where you push on it, and there's a grated plate in there that turns to agitate the flour. The opening is a lot bigger, so you can put a lot more flour in here. I'm just gonna go straight in with some flour here. Yeah, having that big opening is nice. Let's see if it works. Like magic. Oh my God. Maybe some things should not be 3D printed, and definitely this sifter is one of them. Amazon one. Let's move on to our next product. Our next kitchen gadget is this universal bottle opener. This thing can open any type of bottle that you have. One thing I love about this design is it's flexible, so if you want to do a bigger bottle, you could open it up. If you want to do a small bottle, you could squeeze it together. Let's go ahead and test it on a can here. I have this little wedge right here that just goes underneath that. You just put it here, and then helps you lift it up and you open it. Oh my goodness. Okay, that didn't work that well, but it worked nonetheless. Let's go ahead and test this on a Gatorade bottle. This cap is a bit bigger. We're gonna have to stretch it open just a bit, put it around, and now we just squeeze it together and turn. Oh, took literally no effort. Let's go ahead and test it on a 2-liter bottle of Coke here. Now the cap of this is usually smaller, so I'm gonna have to put this around and then squeeze it. Now let's turn it. Easy. But the ultimate test is a glass bottle of Coke. We're gonna have to try to take this off with the end piece here, which is made for opening up bottles like this. So let's go ahead and try it out. This thing is absolutely awesome. It struggled a little bit on the can, but everything else was smooth. I'm thoroughly impressed with this. Let's see if Amazon's product can impress me as well. Let's go ahead and try this on a can first. It doesn't have anything to open the can. I mean, I guess you could come like this and do this, but that's horrible. Let's go ahead and test it on a Gatorade water bottle. Because we have this V shape, it's supposed to fit any size bottle cap there is. So we just slide it on till it stops and you simply turn it. Not bad. That was pretty easy, but it didn't take it off all the way. Because of this panel here, I can't see if it's opening the bottle or not. And it's clearly didn't get it all the way, but okay. That one, not bad, it works. But the ultimate test, a glass bottle of Coke. Oh no, you can't even open this. How are you gonna call this a universal bottle opener if you can't open up 2 bottles already? Sorry, 3D printer takes this one. Let's move on to our next product. For our next 3D printed kitchen gadget is this Bag Dispensary Kit. It's actually a pretty awesome device here if it works. Apparently, whenever you have bags like this, you usually cut the top, you pour some into a rice cooker, and now you want to save the rest. Usually when you're done, all I do is twist this up, put this in my cupboard, come by the next day to use it, and the rice is everywhere. Well, this apparently solves everything. Take this top here, and you just put it over here like so. So it has to hug the bag, and then you just tighten it on. And boom, now it sits like that. And then you just take this thing, wrap it around the bottom, make sure the bag is through, and you snap it. And now there should be no rice that falls out. Let's give that a test. That worked. Okay, sick. Look at that, perfect. Then you close this puppy up and you put it away. That is awesome. I'm so excited that this works. This is something I'm gonna be using every day, but let's check out the Amazon version and see if it's better than this. Here is the Amazon version of the Bag Dispensary Kit, and I gotta tell you, it looks a little like ours. Let's go ahead and open this up and check it out. Oh, this is sick. This is actually pretty sick. They have the middle section where it pours out of attached to the actual body of the clip. Does it work as good as ours? You know, ours worked really well. You put it around the bag like that, then you just close it up. Not bad, not bad. Okay, I think I'm gonna give this one a tie. They're both great, they both do their job, and they're both beautifully designed. So I say both of these are winners. Let's go ahead and try our next product. This cute little tool called the herb stripper. It's exactly what it says it is. It strips your herbs. So when I'm usually in the kitchen and I gotta like strip off the cilantro, I'm using my fingers. It's sometimes not perfect. I get soreness in my fingers. Apparently this product is supposed to solve that problem. So let's see if it works. You're gonna find the hole it's gonna fit in, and all you do is just pull. It fell on the floor, but that was sick. Let's go ahead and test it with the cilantro, a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna put that through this hole, and not bad. Now I wanna try a really thin one. Dill. Dill is probably one of the harder ones to try to pick. So let's go ahead and put this through this one here, and it got half of it. It left the other half behind. Dill is a tough one. Last but not least, let's try the mint. Perfect. It doesn't work on dill, but it works on most of the herbs, and I love the design of this. Let's check out the Amazon version. Here is the Amazon version of the herb stripper, and I gotta say, it's not cute. It's a metal piece, so it's a little bit more sturdier. I'll give them that. My parsley here, put it through the hole that it fits, and works. Let's try the cilantro. Put it through this, here we go. That's great. Strip the whole thing off. Let's try the dill, one of the harder ones to strip. Put it through the hole. Wow, it did strip the herb really well. Do this. That one didn't strip. Dill is a tough one. Last but not least, let's try the mint. Works on the mint really well. Honestly, between these two, they work almost exactly the same. You have a little bit more options for the Amazon one, but the 3D printed one just looks cooler, feels cooler, so I'm gonna go with a 3D printed one. Let's check out our next product. We're gonna be testing this spiral cutter, and this thing, very clean design, but one flaw about it, you have exposed blades here, which freak me out. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my finger guards here. First, we're gonna be starting off with a cucumber. You're supposed to put it in the center here. You take this piece and you do that, and all you have to do is just turn it, and apparently it's kind of working. Look at that. And it's super easy. I'm just like turning this, and it's going straight into a deli container. So then if you want to make a spiral cucumber salad, look at that. Okay, let's try it with the potato. I'm gonna go ahead and put this here like so. Put this on top, and we go. Is it working? No way, it's working, dude. This thing is sick. Oh, no way. And you can make like curly fries if you want like this, dude. This is so awesome. Okay, we tested enough. Let's see. Dude, let's check out the Amazon one and see if it's as good as this thing, because this right now, mind-blowing. Here is the Amazon version of the spiral cutter. This thing is bulky. Look at this thing. Where am I storing this thing? I'm gonna put my vegetable here. There you go. Push this forward, and all we have to do is start spinning. Oh, wow. Oh, that's sick. Okay, one thing I don't like, holding this thing down is actually a nightmare, but it works really well. Look at that. That works really well. Listen, it's not going into a deli container like this one, but this is definitely a little bit better just because you have a handle, it's a lot easier to work with. Since I made this one and it works great, I'm gonna still be using this one. But if I'm gonna be honest, Amazon clearly won this one. Let's go ahead and test our next product. Our next product, kind of exciting, it's a tea bag dipper. This machine dips your tea bag into hot water and out. We made a whole interface here. Whatever time you set, it will dip for that amount of time. I don't know if this is gonna work. Hey, listen, I don't wanna sit there and just do this with my tea bag. I want the machine to do it. We live in an AI world, and this is why we printed this. We of course have mechanical parts in here. We did a lot. So for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and set the timer for 1 minute. So all I gotta do is press this button, and the number 1 will show up. And then once I press it twice, it will start. I'm gonna pour in my hot water. Hopefully this works. Here we go. I can't believe this is genius. Look at it. It's already changing color. This is sick. I still want to modify this. Right now, I think the tea bag is just a little too low. So after about 5 seconds, it should move back up to its original position. I'm going to loop this around one more time. I think it just needs one more loop. Let's go ahead and do this. Set this for another minute. Yeah, there you go. And once that's done, move your mug and enjoy your tea. As you guys could imagine, a product like this just doesn't exist on Amazon or anywhere. This is a unique, one-of-a-kind product, and these are the types of product that you're gonna find on the website. So 3D printer wins. Let's check out our next product. For our next kitchen gadget, it's this dumpling press, and this thing is pretty neat. Put your dough here, put your filling, press it, and you get yourself a nice dumpling. I've never used something like this before. This thing was actually really fun to print. So let's go ahead and give this a try. I got myself some dumpling dough here. So let's go ahead and roll us out a dumpling. Okay. Roll this out, cut out my piece here. That's perfect. We're gonna go ahead and place that into our dumpling, and then all we have to do is just press it. Release. And we got ourselves a nice dumpling. It looks so awesome. I love how compact it is. You can fold this up, put this away. This is so nice. Here is the Amazon version of the dumpling press, and as you guys can see, it's a lot bigger. There's more to it. Let's go ahead and walk through this thing. We got a handle here. I guess you just put your dough in and it makes the perfect size for you, and then you put your dumpling here and close it up. I got some dough here. Let's put the amount we might need. I'm gonna dust this just a bit, and let's go ahead and press it. Yeah, no, that thing didn't work at all. Let's keep doing it. It's just, that thing is completely useless. I'm gonna be using my pin here. So if I put a flat piece here, let's see. That absolutely does nothing. All right, let's cut this out to a perfect circle. And let's put this onto our dumpling press. Push this down a bit. Let's go ahead and stuff it with our meat here. And close this up and press it. I wish there was some sort of handle or something, because the edge of this is so thin and like, it feels a little awkward pushing it down. Oh, look at that. It even cuts out the excess dough. That looks beautiful. Look at that. Compared it to my dumpling, the one from Amazon definitely looks more beautiful, but we're not just judging it off of beauty. This whole thing right here is completely useless. This thing is also bulky. Putting it away is kind of a pain. I'm gonna go with a 3D printer on this one. And let's just go ahead and test out our next product. We're gonna be testing this 3D printed lemon and lime juicer. It was kind of like a fun one to make. The one flaw I see, there's no holes on the bottom. So where's the juice supposed to flow through? I have a nice fresh lemon here. Let's go ahead and cut that. Open this up. Usually I put it down like that. Let's squeeze it. Where is it supposed to come out of? Oh. This thing broke. Oh no. This thing. Oh no. Oh man, all right. Well, this one broke. Let's test out the Amazon one and hope that one doesn't break. Here's the Amazon one, and this one looks very sturdy. It's actually a really neat design. I'm gonna put the lemon into my lemon squeezer and just squeeze. Oh, dude, night and day. Look at that, nothing left in this lemon. Absolutely demolished the lemon. Let's try the lime here. Lime goes in. Yeah. I don't need to say much. You guys know who won, Amazon. Let's move on to our next product. And for our final 3D printed kitchen gadget, here in front of us, we have a automatic drink dispenser. You're probably thinking to yourself, but why does it have a microphone here? Because when I say 4 simple words, it's gonna give us a cup of any drink we want. So for me, I got some Gatorade here. We have to put the hose into the Gatorade. When I say the 4 words, it's gonna pull from here, go into the machine, spit it out. Now let's see if this works. I'm gonna put my cup right here. And here are the 4 magic words. Pour me a cup. Okay, let's try that again. Pour me a cup. As you can see, the Gatorade is going into the machine and out it comes. Listen, it's slow, okay? We spent so much time trying to get this to work, and I'm just happy that it's at least working. We had to engineer this. We had to put code in here. We had to think outside of the box. This went beyond the 3D print realm. The 3D print was the easy part. Everything else was difficult, and it took us 2 to 3 weeks to get this to work. And I'm just happy that we have it at this stage. I think it's pretty awesome. And as you guys can imagine, I looked everywhere for an automatic drink dispenser on Amazon, eBay, anywhere. It just doesn't exist. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite gadget, and I'll see you guys in the next one.